Do I have your permission to use this video in my online DAT course?
Yes.
To begin this rolling assessment, the patient is going to roll supine to prone using the upper body. The patient will lie supine with the legs extended and slightly abducted, as well as the arms flexed and slightly abducted. The patient will then roll using the arm by reaching obliquely across the body with the head towards the opposite axilla. The patient will look with their eyes and head when beginning the movement, and the lower body will not contribute to the roll. The anterior chain activated to complete this movement, and this will be completed on the opposite side after the prone to supine movement. Prone to supine using the upper extremity, the patient will initiate movement by using the arm only. The head should extend and rotate towards the opposite side, so the patient will look up and over to the opposite shoulder. The body will follow the head by activating the extensor chain. And now we will repeat the supine to prone using the left arm. And then again, prone to supine. To continue this rolling assessment, the patient will roll supine to prone using the lower extremity. Using the same starting position as the upper body, the patient will flex the leg. The leg will lead across the body, followed by adduction of the opposite leg. The upper extremity will follow the lower extremity, however, not be used to initiate the movement. Followed by this, we will roll prone to supine using the lower extremity. With a fully extended leg, the patient will extend the hip and the knee to initiate movement. She will then reach and lift the leg across the body and roll without upper body contribution. She will then repeat supine to prone and prone to supine using the left leg. The first progression we are going to do is good mornings. The patient will begin with legs abducted slightly more than the shoulders. The knees are slightly bent with the dowel placed on the back by internally and externally rotating the shoulders. The dowel is being used to ensure the correct posture is being used during the hinged movement, and the progression should remain in place throughout the entire progression with the spine. For the second progression of this movement, she will then repeat the same movement with her hands on the hips for 5 repetitions. For the third progression of this movement, she will then repeat the same movement using the dowel above the shoulders for 5 reps. To further challenge this exercise, a barbell and weights could be used. The second progression we will use for the hinge movements is V-ups. The first exercise will be the arms in a flexed position with the legs in an extended position. She will then hinge the body by initiating the core for both progressions. And with the arms, she will lead with the head and neck. She will do both of these for 5 repetitions. The second exercise will be starting with the legs at 90 degrees of flexion. Then she will use the upper body, led by the head and neck, to touch her toes for 5 repetitions. The third exercise, she will be starting with the arms in a flexed position and the legs in an extended position. Using the core and hip flexors and shoulder extensors, she will complete a full V-up. Due to mobility issues, the patient will perform 2 full V-ups, followed by a modification of knees bent for 3 reps. The last exercise of the hinge progression will be Turkish get-ups. The first exercise, she will lay supine with the right leg bent and the right arm flexed at 90 degrees. The left arm will be extended at 45 degrees and the left leg will be slightly abducted. The first exercise will be a modified Turkish get-up. To begin the movement, she will have the right leg flexed to 120 degrees and the right arm flexed to 90. She will push up onto the left elbow by flexing the trunk and then up onto the left hand. Then she will sweep the left leg through into a lunged position. She will then move the right leg in line with the left to stand. The movement will then be reversed and performed on the opposite side. The second progression, she will perform the same movement, however, the hips will extend prior to the leg sweep and she will not move the front leg and it will remain in the abducted position before standing. The third progression will be the same movement with the addition of the kettlebell. For this, she will maintain 90 degrees at the beginning and end of the movement in shoulder flexion and will maintain 180 degrees of shoulder flexion during the other movements.